we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast. Today, brought to you our friends at Boss Shot Shells. Check them out, the new copper at BossShotShells.com. And today is your day, October 13th.
Yeah.
Almost halfway through October. Just flying by now.
Crazy to think. Okay. My event that happened today, we rescued some miners. Do you know where we rescued the miners?
Coal miners?
It just says miners.
Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia.
Chile.
Oh, I thought you meant in America.
No.
Well, I have no idea about Chile and miners.
October 13th, 2010, the last of the 33 miners trapped nearly a half-mile underground for more than 2 months at a caved-in mine in northern Chile were rescued. They made a movie about this not too long ago. The miners survived longer than anyone else trapped underground in recorded history. The miners' ordeal began on August 5th, 2010, when the San Jose gold and copper mines, so they were gold and copper, where they were working some 500 miles north of the Chilean capital city, Santiago, collapsed. 33 men moved to an underground emergency shelter area where they discovered just several days' worth of food rations. As their situation grew more desperate over the next 17 days, the miners, uncertain if anyone would find them, considered suicide and cannibalism. Then, on August 22nd, a drill sent by rescuers broke through to the area where the miners were located. And the men sent back up a note saying, "We are fine in the refuge, the 33. Food, water, letters, medicine, and other supplies were soon delivered to the miners via a narrow borehole. Video cameras were sent down, making it possible for rescuers to see men in the hot, humid space in which they were entombed. As engineers and mining experts from around the world collaborated on the long, complex process of devising a way to bring the 30 men to surface, the miners maintained a system of jobs and routine in order to keep up morale. They eventually drilled through, and today we brought them to the surface. 2 months down there. The rescuers were later honored with a trip to a variety of destinations, including England, Israel, and Florida's Walt Disney World, where a parade was held in their honor. We just do good things by them. All right, my guy that was born today is a comedian.
Okay.
And he is... I don't know. I've never heard anything. I know he's a famous comedian. I've never heard any of his work. He was dead before anything.
Dead before anything?
Yeah.
Well, you mean before you were around?
Yeah. He forged a path in comedy counterculture. So
Give me another hint.
1964, he was convicted in an obscenity trial.
Ooh. Okay, give me another hint.
His name is Lenny Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what he did, though.
I don't know much about him either, other than he was pretty controversial.
Legal troubles. Bruce desires to help his wife stop working as a stripper led him to pursue schemes designed to make as much money as possible. The most notable was the Brother Matthias Foundation scam, which resulted in Bruce's arrest in Miami, Florida in 1951 for impersonating a priest. He was soliciting donations for a leper colony in British Guinea. Well, that's one way of doing it. Under the auspices of Brother Matthias Foundation, which he had legally chartered, the name was his own invention, but possibly referred to the actual Brother Matthias, who had befriended Babe Ruth at the Baltimore orphanage where Ruth had been confined as a child. I didn't know Babe Ruth was an orphan. While posing as a laundryman, Bruce stole several priests' clergy shirts and clerical collars. He was acquitted because of the legality of the New York State Charter Foundation, the actual existence of the Guinea leper colony, and the local clergy inability to expose him as an imposter. Bruce said he made about $8,000 in 3 weeks, sending $2,500 to the leper colony, and he kept the rest. On October 4th, 1961, Bruce was arrested for obscenity at the Jazz Workshop in San Francisco, where he used the word cocksucker and said that it is a preposition. Come is a verb. That the sexual context of come was so common that it bore no weight, and that if someone hearing it became upset, he probably can't come. Although the jury acquitted him, other law enforcement agencies began monitoring his appearances, resulting in frequent arrests under obscenity charges. Bruce was again arrested in 1961 in Philadelphia for drug possession and again in Los Angeles 2 years later. The latter arrest took place in the then unincorporated West Hollywood, and the arresting officer's name was Sherman Block, who later became county sheriff. The charge this time was the comedian had used the word schmuck, insulting Yiddish word that was also considered a term for penis. I didn't know that. The Hollywood charges were later dismissed. Boy, they just really railed this guy. Got him all sorts of time. He was arrested again in 1962. What word did he use? Undesirable alien. That was the word he used there. And then again, April 1964.
So anyways, basically Lenny Bruce was vilified, and what he did today would not be a big deal.
No, not a big deal at all. So Lenny Bruce was born today. My guy that died today. There's really no good way of... He changed the way we thought of a certain food item. And I don't know if you'd call it a food item. It's food, but he thought he made this more affordable. Long time ago.
He made food more affordable?
He made a food more affordable. A certain food. Born in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. A food from Pennsylvania.
He's got a town named after him.
Oh, Hershey.
Hershey. He took chocolate. So chocolate used to be, it was only considered a luxury item.
Semi-sweet
Only
milk chocolate.
only the rich could afford chocolate. He figured out a way of mass producing milk chocolate and gave it to the masses. The first Hershey bars were sold in 1900 and proved so popular that he was able to build his own company town of Hershey, Pennsylvania. Hershey's philanthropy extended to a boarding school originally for local orphans, but accommodating around 2,000 students as of 2016. In World War II, the company developed a special non-melting bar for troops serving overseas. The Hershey Company, known as Hershey's, is one of the world's biggest confectionery manufacturers. So he passed away today. How did he die? Let's see. Hershey died of pneumonia at the age of 88. So he had a good life for considering that he lived until he lived in the 40s and late 1800s.
It was. I think it's the Mars guy that was a nephew and an uncle started Mars. I think to compete against Hershey.
Right.
I think I can't remember. There's only like three candy companies in the whole world.
Right.
I mean, are big ones that run everything.
In 1912, Hershey was booked on the travel of the maiden voyage of the RMS Titanic. They canceled their reservations at the last minute due to business matters requiring Hershey's attendance. The cancellation is often incorrectly attributed to Kitty Hershey falling ill, but by this time she had been ill for several months. Instead, they booked passage to New York on the German luxury liner SS America, spelled with a K. The former Hershey Museum displayed a copy of the check Milton Hershey wrote to the White Star Line as a deposit for his first-class suite in the Titanic. So you can see that in the Hershey's Museum. So that is today. That is October 13th. Love you. Bye. Watch for deer.